He's not shilling at midnight. He damn sure ain't shilling at home. He's PMAC Movies, baby.
Hey, I was hoping for a shill.
PMAC Movies, back. Maybe shilling at midnight isn't a good nickname. It's more like shilling every hour of the MF&D, baby. It's PMAC Movies, back for a brand new PMAC Movies Hau video. Hello and welcome on PMAC Movies. We're getting ready here. As usual, I don't have all my stuff organized. Holy cow, I am doing a haul video 2 weeks in a row. Unbelievable. But actually, this is all my non-indicator stuff from the past few weeks. I did do an indicator haul video last week. Definitely something to check out there. Maybe you didn't check it out because you're not interested in indicator movies, but they put out some similar stuff to like Kino and things like that. Actually, Kino has a fair amount of same movies. You know, that Kino is the US one, indicator from the UK, but indicator's releases are actually nicer than Kino's with the booklets. Usually better extra features and things like that. But let's take a look at what old PMAC has snagged up. Some of these are even some kind of old ones. There's been some good Warner Archive deals on Amazon, so I'm kind of getting these sorted out. Those three. We got not much from Goodwill lately, which is fine. Okay, I think we got things sorted pretty well. So I had 2 Kino orders. So that's kind of the main event. Let's get the non-Kinos going here. Firstly, a movie that I bought from Amazon for $8. I had Amazon rewards, so I used the rewards for the credit card rewards. You get like 5% back on all your purchases. You get 5% in your rewards. I paid $8 for this. I did see that it was $7, I think, at Best Buy. So I'm not sure why it went down to $8 on Amazon and not the $7, or $6.99 versus $7.99. But it was. I'm not going to waste time with $1. But it is Keanu Reeves, Diane Lane in Hardball here. This was a Paramount release. Maybe I got the DVD of this really cheap. I may have the DVD up there, but I've never watched this movie. I think this was the one. Some of these Paramounts get crap transfers, but this one, I can't remember if they said it got a good transfer or not. I don't know. I do research before I buy them, but I can't remember if this was one of the ones that was good or bad. I think it was pretty solid, I believe, is what I read for that one. And a lot of people like the movie quite a bit. It's like, I think it's Keanu Reeves has his issues. I don't know, legal issues or what. But then he coaches this baseball team. So maybe it's kind of like a Mighty Ducks sort of thing, but like a pretty good drama, not as like kiddie-ish as the Mighty Ducks. It's from 2001, 106 minutes. And a movie that me and Jeremy should be able to watch together here at some point. Then we got a bunch of Warner Archives, which there's just like I said a few minutes ago, there's been some really quite good deals on Warner Archive. The Warner Archive sale used to be 4 for $44. That's $11 each for one disc editions anyway. The deal now, I've never ordered from that other website where they have a deal, but it sounds like it's not even much of a deal. It sounds like they end up being like 14 or $15 each, possibly even, I don't know. I'm not even sure 100% what they are, but let's take a look at what I scooped up. Scoop it. What's that one? Isn't there a commercial about Scoop? There it is. Charmy likes to sing that. All right, so we got firstly Party Girl, which this went down to like $7.50 on Amazon for a movie that's considered to be pretty good. It's 99 minutes. It's from 1958. it's good to get some of these kind of classics in the collection. Sounded like a pretty solid movie. So for that price, you got a snag. This one I think was a little bit pricier, but it was one that I had on my radar. It's like a Western, I think kind of a Western comedy. It sounds like there might be some prison stuff going on too. 123 minutes. Starring Kirk Douglas, Henry Fonda, Warren Oates, Burgess Meredith. It is There Was a Crooked Man Here on Blu-ray home video, baby. I think this went down to about $11.50. According to the Camel website, where you can track Amazon prices, although I don't know how accurate it is because I've seen some issues, it said the lowest price this had ever been was $10.99. So it was 50 cents more than that, but am I going to keep waiting and check? I'm just going to snag it. 50, we can do with 50 cents. This one is a 2-disc edition. So like during the Warner sales, I don't know that this even would have been 4 for $44. I know that the website no longer exists, the Warner shop or whatever. But even if it was, I don't know if this would be part of the deal. So this went down, I believe, only $12. It is Elizabeth Taylor and Marlon Brando in Reflections in a Golden Eye. Read really mixed things about this. Sounded like it had a pretty mediocre reputation. But, and actually I was watching, what's that movie? That movie that Tarantino wrote. Let me look it up here. I was watching it, and I'm gonna be like, I just watched it like this past weekend. True Romance. I watched True Romance here recently. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And they had like, and where Brad Pitt was there, his stoner guy, they had a poster of this movie here on the wall, which was kind of interesting. So there's that one. I had purchased that before I watched the movie, so it wasn't like, oh, I watched True Romance and then I need to beer me Reflections in the Golden Eye. No, I actually already had that for a little bit. This is another one that I had my eye on. It may have went cheaper than this in the past, but still pretty cheap here for what I paid for it. It is a two Val Lewton double feature, 2 movies, The Ghost Ship and Bedlam. I think Bedlam is considered like the better of the two. Ghost Ship's only 69 minutes. Bedlam is 80 minutes. You do get a commentary. We got these are from 1943 and 1946. It is on 1 disc there. But pretty short movies plus only a commentary on this. So 1 disc should be fine. Some Val Lewton joints. Looks like he produced them. He didn't like direct them. I don't know a whole lot about Val Lewton. This one I did watch. It is Ivanhoe here on Blu-ray. This is set in England, and we got some star power. We got Elizabeth Taylor in this, Joan Fontaine. The main character, Ivanhoe, played by Robert Taylor. Robin Hood makes an appearance in this. It was a kind of a fun, kind of, what do you call it? Medieval movie, like an older one, kind of like, what year was that Robin Hood movie? The one that is considered probably one of the better Robin Hoods of all time. I'm not even sure, but it kind of like had something like that sort of feel to it. Nothing absolutely fantastic, but I enjoyed it. Up next, I did make a pre-order, which I don't do a lot. This was my first ever. Actually, I take that back. I have pre-ordered from Shout Factory before, so this wasn't my first ever Shout Factory pre-order, but maybe my second. It was a Shout Factory store exclusive, so they're only selling it through their store. It's limited to, I think, 3,000 copies, and I did get a poster with it, which was limited to the first 600. I think, and that is gone. I do like to collect these Asian movies. Shout Factory's putting out some pretty cool Asian box sets. We have the Brave Archer collection here. So I had the Brave Archer 88 Films UK release. I don't own any of these other ones. I guess I'm not sure. The other ones, I'm not sure if they've ever been on Blu-ray. Here they haven't been. Probably in other countries they very well may have. I don't know. But we got the Brave Archer, the Brave Archer 2, the Brave Archer 3, the Brave Archer and his mate, and Little Dragon Maiden. We got Fine Archery, feature-length documentary. We got audio commentaries. So this is what I like in box sets. Nice simple box set. You got the outer box, which is, you know, it's pretty good, pretty decent. And then we got an individual case for each movie. Of course, Shout Factory does have issues with scratches on their discs. Some light ones on the Brave Archer and the Brave Archer 3. They had just like light ones that weren't bad. Little Dragon Maiden, though, had a long, at least probably about an inch scratch on it, which they're supposed to be sending me another one. So Shout Factory, though, was consistent with issues with scratches on discs. The worst culprit of that was I think the movie's called Sword and Sorcerer. Both discs pretty scratched up. I got that a while back, but I placed an order on Blow It Outta Here. They had, buy, I think it was 3, get an extra 15% off. So I got some, they were quite affordable. Firstly, this is a Spearig Brothers movie. It is Undead. This is a Umbrella from Australia release. It is A, B, and C regions. They directed some movies that I do enjoy. Some Ethan Hawke joints. Daybreakers and Predestination, both movies you should have on Blu-ray. They've been very cheap before. You should have those on Blu-ray. Those have been very cheap in the past. So this is kind of a cool set for what I paid less than $10 for this. Maybe like 8 or something like that. It was pretty darn cheap. And then this 2-pack, I've never seen these movies, but I was interested in both of them, really. Both Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor movies. I don't know what the connection is, if there's a connection between these two movies. It looks like they're different characters and stuff, so apparently not. But it is See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Another You on Blu-ray. This is also one disc, but again, it was also very affordable. I don't know exactly what it was, but around $8. This one was a little bit more expensive. This is Sirens from their Sunburnt Screens, from Umbrella's Sunburnt Screens line. It is region free, according to this. This one here was region B, according to the back. It is Sirens here on Blu-ray. Region free, 94 minutes. Was just interested in this movie. It's got Sam Neill in it, Hugh Grant. And I was interested in the UK. One of these UK companies put it out. 101 Films, I believe, put this out. But the release was said to be not very good. I came close to purchasing that. I researched it more. And people were saying, the Umbrella release is a lot better. And now, probably about a year later, I have snagged it. Now, again, it wasn't super cheap. I think it was like 14 something minus the 15% off. So I think it was at like 12 something probably. But it evened out because I was getting the other two for a very, very good price. And I wasn't, $12 for that wasn't a bad price either, really. Before the Kinos, lastly, before the Kinos, I grabbed actually, this is a Kino, but this was from Goodwill. This is a Kino DVD, $2 from Goodwill. It is Duel in the Sun, little Western, black and white Western from 1946. It is 144 minutes. Really no minimal about it, but I'm not going to buy the Blu-ray of this. The Blu-ray of this might have been pretty cheap before, actually, but it wouldn't have been like less than, I doubt it was less than like $8. So $2 for the DVD. I'll snag that. And let's be realistic. I'm probably never watching this shit. Let's be honest. This one I was interested in watching because the cast is pretty darn good. We got Rebecca Ferguson, Ian Glenn, Morena Baccarin. It is the red tent here. This was also $2. Now, at the store, when I was looking at this at the store, the disc did not look good, but it looked like the stuff was, it was like, crap that was gonna like wipe off. And it did wipe off. However, kind of underneath that, there's like light scratches all over the disc, which in this lighting, it's hard to see. I see it now. The disc really isn't in good shape, but I don't know. I've gotten like DVDs from the library that are just beat to shit with scratches, and I didn't have any issues with them. Apparently that like scratches are more of an issue as you get to Blu-ray, and especially with 4K. But with this, I think it'll probably be fine. Maybe not, who knows, but this is a Sony release. It's 176 minutes, so maybe it was like a mini series. But it's got a pretty cool cast, and it's like a Bible story, apparently. But Rebecca Ferguson's good, always good. As is Ian Glenn from Game of Thrones. He's good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Up next, we got the Kino sale order. So I placed 2 orders. Let me set these aside. Let's see here. Those are my first order. That's a first order. And these are first orders. That's my second order. Okay, we got these. So first order. Ones before the sale, I would definitely like had my mind set on getting. So we'll go through those. Firstly, a lot of the 4Ks were $18, and a lot of those that have 4Ks also have Blu-ray editions for $10. So a movie I really wanted, but I just couldn't do. I just couldn't do 18. It is The Italian Job starring Michael Caine. So I'll tell you what kind of the pros and cons were of the decision between the 4K and the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is $9.99. I had purchased this from Target, but I'm going to return my Target one. Their return, if you buy stuff online, you have ages to return stuff. I have until like June to return it. This was a little bit cheaper. My copy from Target wasn't in mint condition. I don't know that this one is either. But as far as the 4K, I read kind of mixed things about the 4K of this. I'm thinking I probably don't even have the setup to have like the full 4K experience, like the TV and the player. I'm pretty content just watching good quality Blu-rays, quite frankly. I'm not like super, like the picture has to be freaking unbelievably pristine. And I think the Blu-ray of this is going to be good anyway. Like the Blu-ray.com review, I felt like made it seem like the Blu-ray was as good, possibly, but it's probably not. It's probably not, but I'm not too worried about it. So the 4K is 40 or 80% more. Now, if the 4K had the slipcover, because this one didn't have a slipcover, the 4K did, but they weren't advertising with a slipcover, so you weren't sure if you were going to get the slipcover or not. And I wasn't going to take a chance to just get the 4K without the slipcover, because if I was going to pay more money for the 4K, part of that was for the slipcover. It becomes a limited edition slipcover. Kino slipcovers aren't the greatest, but it's going to be worth something to, it's going to be worth something to somebody. In retrospect, it looks like people are getting the slipcover, at least so far. If I knew I was getting a slipcover, would I have ordered the $18 one of this? I was thinking it was probably going to be $15, so I don't know. That $3, it's just $3, but it makes a difference. So I ended up getting this, the Blu-ray, but definitely one that I wanted. It looks like the artwork's in it. The artwork is like messed up in there, but can't see it real well. Another one I definitely want. This was the one I actually probably wanted the most out of anything, because the movie just sounds cool to me. I've never seen it. I think I have the DVD of it, but it was one I was really interested in. I like Jean Reno. It is the Crimson Rivers here on Blu-ray from the year 2000, 106 minutes. Vincent Cassel's also in this. I believe this is like a French, I heard it compared to like a French Seven, Seven starring Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt. So this was a movie that I really, really had my eye on, and I'll probably watch this weekend. I'm thinking this, The Italian Job, and a few other of these I definitely want to watch soon, if not this weekend, like an upcoming weekend. Another one I knew I wanted if it got down to $9.99. Program to Kill, another one with the slipcover. Crimson Rivers was also was it $9.99 or less? Yeah, I think it was $9.99, I do believe. The Italian Job was $9.99, and Program to Kill was $9.99. From 1987, 91 minutes. Looks like something like Vinegar Syndrome would put out. Looks like kind of a fun one. So glad to be able to get this with the slipcover for a very affordable price. Now, Kino actually does, people are saying Kino has issues with scratch discs too. What I'm seeing, it's not as bad as Shout Factory, but there's definitely some issues. Like Crimson Rivers, this has a spot on the disc where there's several light scratches, enough so that I will be reaching out about it. Another one I definitely was interested in if it went down in price, it is That Man Bolt, starring Fred Williamson, with Slippy Dippy. It was also $9.99, and again, looks like this is a fun 70s movie. Looks again like something like Vinegar Syndrome would put out or something like that, but it's kind of a neat one. They say it's one of Fred Williamson's best movies ever. Now, the rest of these were not before the sale. Either I didn't know about them at all, really. I didn't know much about them. But after doing some research, I decided to snag these. We'll take a look at the slipcover editions first. Kino's getting, I think, a few, what's his name? Who's the director of this? Francois Truffaut. They're getting a few of his movies. And I had a few of the Twilight Times. I'm pretty sure I didn't have this. I think this probably got a Twilight Time release like the other ones I was looking at. But it is the Bride Wore Black with slipcover. So definitely interested in that one. It went down to $9.99. So 1968, it's 107 minutes. Now this one, my slipcovers, I did pretty good with the slipcovers, but this one is beat. Like it's got I don't know if you can see it. It's basically got some like indentations there, and on actually that corner too, and on the side, and several areas got like beat a little bit with this one, so we'll see what they can do about that. We got a Paul Newman, Gene Hackman, Susan Sarandon joint. This gets pretty mixed reviews, mostly more on the negative side, I felt like. But it is Twilight here on Blu-ray. I think it sounds like a good movie. It's like a private detective thing. I like the sound of the cast. It's from 1998. It's 94 minutes. Glad to get this. And this is one that I actually have this in the player, I think. So this was the one I was going to watch last night if I didn't fall asleep during Mandalorian. But I fell asleep during Mandalorian, so I didn't get to that. But maybe we'll watch it tonight or sometime this weekend. Another one that goes along with that is the only 4K I got, and the only Kino 4K that I have at this point. It is Nobody's Fool, starring Paul Newman. This is from 1994. It's 110 minutes. From my research, it sounded like Robert Benton and Paul Newman, they did this movie, and then the second movie that they did or whatever was that, this was kind of after that. They did Twilight too. Why did I get the 4K of this? Firstly, it was only $15. It wasn't the $18. The Blu-ray was $10. The Blu-ray does not have a slipcover. So in this version, you're getting the Blu-ray, the 4K, the slipcover. It's only $5 more. I thought it was a pretty good value there as far as all those factors concerned. If it was $18, would I have gotten it? No. I may have gotten the Blu-ray. Probably would have passed on the Blu-ray also. But who knows how many, like this might be the only sale you're going to be able to get this with the slipcover. So the $15 is a value if you look at it from that perspective. And depending on how much the slipcovers go up, maybe the 18's even a value too. But I've never seen this movie before. It says it features Bruce Willis. I didn't know Bruce Willis was in this. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Pruitt Taylor Vince, And just this sounded like a better movie. Like this is more highly regarded than Twilight for sure. So glad to be able to get that for a good bargain. I wonder what Layla's doing outside. Another one I got. Now this was, this was $9.99. It is a double feature of Sidney Poitier movies, They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, and The Organization. I do have the Blu-ray of the first one, the original, In the Heat of the Night. Kino also put out the 4K of that, which apparently includes both of these. So that would be a pretty good deal to be able to just get that for, a decent price. But I have In the Heat of the Night on Blu-ray. I don't need it on 4K. I just watched it recently. The Blu-ray was fine, and it was a good movie. But no, it's not something I'm going to seek out to watch again or something. But the issue with this is they had the Organization movie and it's going out of print sale. So I ended up getting that. It was probably $8 or less, maybe. It might have been even $6 or $7, but it's still kind of frustrating that Kino's doing that a lot. Well, they'll have While Supplies Last, and then they'll just release it in either another set like this, or they'll release a better edition with a slipcover, maybe a better transfer. Some of the old ones didn't have subtitles. That's frustrating because there's some movies they're putting out again that I got the original versions with no slipcover, worse picture quality, no subtitles possibly. Kind of annoying, but what are you going to do? Bitch and moan. This one I really knew nothing about. It is Anthony Hopkins, Kristen Scott Thomas. It is a TV movie, apparently. It was $7.99. I was kind of back and forth on it. Do I want... But I decided, snag that shit up, baby. It is... I forgot the name of it already. The 10th Man from 1988. 99 minutes. Anthony Hopkins' character is in a prison, and then he gets out, and he, pretends to be somebody else or something. It sounded pretty interesting. It is a TV movie, so, it seems like it's decently regarded, but not, unbelievably. But I thought for $8, that was a pretty good one. So that was the first order from Kino. Order number 2. In order number 2, I was planning to do only one order. So there was some stuff I could have left off of that order if I knew I was going to place another one to get the $50 for free shipping. Well, I spent way over the $50 on that one because I was thinking, this is going to be it. But then I saw there was a movie that I had to have at that price at $9.99 with slipcover because it's got Alain Delon in it. It is this one here, The Girl on a Motorcycle. Again, are you going to be able to get this movie with a slipcover after this sale? Maybe, maybe not. So I went ahead. I needed to put together another order, but I actually I feel like I put together a decent order. Another one that I realized I would have probably gotten this in my first order if I realized what it was when I was going through the movies. It is David Janssen in Warning Shot from 1967, 100 minutes. I know minimal about the movie, but it sounds quite good. Like a good kind of, thriller, maybe some cop stuff involved. Sounded like a really good one. This was very highly regarded on message boards and such. It's a pretty recent release from Kino too, I do believe. Now the third one I decided I wanted, the third one in the pecking order, this sounds like one that could have very well made my first order also, if we're being realistic here. This looks like a really good one. It's from the Cohen Film Collection. It's a new 4K restoration. It is A Knife in the Head. Bruno Ganz is the main actor in this, and I believe it had to do with what's this one where it was memory loss? Hoffman struggles to recover from trauma to his brain and memory loss and piece together what happened the night when he had the injury. So something happened to him. And he has to piece together what actually happened to him on that occasion. Very well-regarded movie. It's from 1978. It's 114 minutes. So this is really a cool find as I looked through everything. And I think actually somebody posted that they bought this on Blu-ray.com, so I looked into it more, and then I was like, yeah, that sounds like a really good one. I thought I already had this, but as I looked through my stuff, apparently I didn't. So this was actually what I ended up adding to my order to make it over the $50. But if I knew I didn't have this, I would have got it probably anyway. I think it was $9.99. Michael J. Fox, The Secret of My Success. I'm pretty sure I've watched my DVD of this movie, and I liked it. I recently watched another Michael J. Fox movie, which I enjoyed, which was another Kino movie. The transfer on it, not great, but I enjoyed the movie. What is the movie called? For Love or Money, Michael J. Fox. So this was, I think this one's considered better than that one, and I from my memory, I think it probably is better, that I probably preferred it also, but definitely one that I could rewatch there. This one, after deliberation, I felt like this was a good add to the order, because it's a slipcover version. I believe this one might have, I can't remember if this one was $9.99 or possibly even a little bit cheaper. I can't recall. It's a Henry Silver movie called Assassination here on Blu-ray. I'm kind of wondering now, was this $9.99, or did part of the reason why I got this was it because it was a little bit cheaper? I can't remember, but sounds like a fun, like 70s, 60s. This is a 60s action movie, 67, 95 minutes. So glad to be able to get that with a Slippy. And then one last movie. I decided not to get this last sale. This was probably like, I probably pretty much bought this. It was right kind of on the line. I wanted to place another order to get some of those other movies I found I wanted. And this was like the one that, it was like, I don't necessarily, I kind of decided not to get this, but I might as well get it. $7.99. It's got the slipcover. Looks like it's a fun movie. I didn't necessarily think I needed it, but it does have a nice slipcover. It is Golden Needles here on Blu-ray. This is another one that looks like something like Vinegar Syndrome would enjoy putting out here. Apparently Jim Kelly's in this, but his role is very minimal. And that's really, like, I read people seem to be annoyed with that because they, like, bill him as a main character, a main actor in the movie. And the main person is this Joe Don Baker, I think. So, sounds like kind of a silly one, but might be a fun one. For $7.99 with the Slippy, snagged it, added it, got the free shipping. So, overall, I was pretty happy with my Kino editions. There they are. Add them to the Kino collection, baby. Shilling some Kino. Hey, Kino, give me some freebies. Anywho, that's it. That's the haul here. Hope you enjoyed. Take a look in the description section for ways that you can help out all PMAC movies. Shilling, baby. But that's it, folks. Hope you have a good weekend. Beautiful day here. Rest of the weekend, not sure. But we'll see you next time on PMAC Movies.